This is an actual first, but Outback Steakhouse, I checked my bag. They always get my order wrong. I have everything in a bag, so I have a good feeling about today. But believe it or not, they have 3 new appetizers. So I said, you know what? Let's go over here to Outback Steakhouse and see what it's hitting on. We also, of course, have been doing a chain burger at every one of these places to see which one is the best. So I got one of those as well. So that's what's on the agenda today. A bunch of new appetizers from Outback, which I think they're going to be pretty cool. Drop a thumbs up, man. You guys already know the vibes, and let's get into this video. Now, these are the 2 that I am most interested in. You won't believe what this is, but these sound pretty cool too. But we're going to start with these right here. First appetizer is their Bloomin' mozzarella Blumengrangs. So they're shaped like little boomerangs. I thought that was pretty cool. What makes these different than any other mochi stick that I've seen is they actually use their Bloomin' onion spices. So the same breading they use for Bloomin' onion is on these. It's served marinara sauce, which you never know with those, but first thing we're going to do is see this and see if it has a cheese pull on the G'day. It's got a little G'day on the G'day. Boy. I'm done with the Australian accent, I promise. I can't wait to try these. No, we do first bite with no sauce. I got too excited. Hold on, here we go. All right, now let's try the sauce. I'm gonna tell you what, this is triple dippy level good. This is a Chili's mochi stick level good. But what sets it apart are those Bloomin' spices. Nice and crispy. Cheese pull on part 2. It's in effect, man. They got them. Nice job. Nice job. I like these. I keep going back to the reference of being the Chili's mochi ones, which are extremely similar, but adding that little bit of kick and seasoning you get, think Bloomin' onion taste, minus the onion, weirdly, and you got yourself a winner. These, if you put these on a table in front of me, they're gonna get absolutely demolished. I can guarantee you that. But if you're at Outback, you definitely have a new appetizer that I think you're gonna really like. I'm usually not the biggest fan of Outback. I said it yesterday in the damn video, and here they come with a new triple dippy type thing. My one suggestion to Outback, in case you never know, these people might see these videos, y'all need to come out with a triple dippy similar. Just don't call it a triple dipper. Call it a G'day. I don't know what the hell you're gonna call it, but put this and like 2 fire little appetizers, and you're gonna have people gonna come if you got one near you. These are good, man. I'll give them an 8.5 out of 10. I'd put them right next to those Chili's ones. Of course, we're talking chain scale. Next up, we have these garlic parm chicken bites. Why the fuck did I just do that? Next up, we have these garlic parm chicken bites. Really self-explanatory, but they're hand-breaded crispy chicken bites tossed in garlic butter, topped with shredded parm and fresh green onions, and they're served with their house-made ranch. It's funny because this looks exactly like the Bloomin' sauce or onion seasoning, the exact same way. But I'm gonna grab this big parmy one right in the middle here. They taste like they're kookaburra wings, but they just put some garlic parm on them. That's the same breading that goes on their wings, which is a good breading. Let's go in for their house-made ranch. These bites are more white meat than all places that I've seen that use the term bites. Usually, they're like a weird thigh mix, but these are all white meat. There's way more chicken than breading. That's a good thing in my opinion. The garlic parm is really like the only thing that I don't get a ton of. Like, it's on here. Let me get one more of these. Let me see if I can get it out of this one. They're not very garlicky. But when you get the Parmesan cheese, you get the bite from that. This is very similar to the chicken bites I had at Longhorn Steakhouse yesterday, where it's got a decent sauce. Those were more breading than chicken, but they were nice and crispy. Where these are more chicken than breading, but they're a little less crispy. They don't have that same effect when and like the mouthfeel when you get them. Even when I got this nice little crispy piece right here. Still not getting much from it. It's all going to come down to whatever preference that you like. Some people may like these more. I like the crispier version with the ginger sauce a little bit more than these, where garlic parm plus that wing seasoning that they have just gives me a little salty. You can definitely cut that with the ranch, but these are decent. Like, I'm not mad at them, but the other version that I had was better. These get a 5.5 out of 10 on the chain scale. Like, I would eat them if you put them on my table, but they're definitely not something that I would go out of my way to eat. About 5 or 6 months ago was the last time we did an Outback video, and they didn't have this last time. It was on the menu, but they didn't have it in stock, so I'm glad they finally have it. This is their 3-cheese steak dip. Obviously, you're starting off with a big thing of their tortilla chips, and then the steak dip itself has the steak, cheddar, Colby, and American cheese, diced tomatoes, and green onions. So I like the fact that these tortilla chips are like thicker tortilla chips. They're not going to break when you put them in the dip. Wow. First of all, there's a ton of steak in here. I didn't expect that. Normally they market things as steak, you get like 2 or 3 little pieces, but I jinxed myself. This is a hearty dip. Like, look at all this steak. Let's see if I can get you a close-up real quick. All that steak on there. Look. It really gives off Velveeta with that creamy cheddar, but it saves it because I do get a little bit of other cheese blends in there with the American and the Colby. But the consistency is definitely Velveeta, and I get a note of that underneath. So it might be the base of what they're using. But what really makes this, for a chain dip, I've had dips from like almost all of these places. Is how hearty it is with the chunky tomatoes, diced green onions, and a ton of steak. They also have some sort of seasoning blend going on that gives it like a Tex-Mex feel. This is good. I normally don't like these cheese dips when I get them from all these places. Like even Chili's, which I'm a huge fan of, I don't really care for it. This is the first one that I think is pretty damn good. I would really like something like sour cream to mix with this. I just keep thinking it could really go with something dairy or even some jalapenos, but as a base, I rock with this one. This one costs $15.49. That just soured my whole mood. That's crazy for some cheese dip. I guess they're saying because they put steak in it, but that is kind of a rip for cheese dip. That could have been bad. But if I'm judging this off taste alone, it's one of the better dips I've had in this category. Still not my favorite thing to get at a place, but as an appetizer, really not bad at all. This, I would give an 8 out of 10 on a chain scale. And as far as Outback goes, probably one of the better appetizers that I've had from them. I really recently just kind of fallen out with Outback. One of the better offerings they've had is what I've done today. And finally, we're doing our chain burger. So we have Outback's offering, which is their Bloomin' burger. I have 2 friends that I'm cool with from Australia, and I'm always imitating them. But now I just can't stop doing it. Try that again. Bloomin' burger. This is the shiniest bun I have ever seen. This bun is like, almost looks fake. On the inside, what makes it the Bloomin' burger is that they have Bloomin' onion strips on here, and their Bloomin' sauce. Normally comes with lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle. When I burgers, I just like simple, so I always just get tomato, so that's what's underneath. And of course, that Bloomin' sauce, which they put a pretty decent amount. Last time I got a Bloomin' chicken sandwich, there's hardly any sauce on it, so much bigger improvement on this one. Let's try this. I was going to do it again. And I'm really not trying to do that. It's like a habit. But y'all see the burger. Let's try this out. I want this bite. It's not the best burger. Like, I always say this, but when I say it's not the best, I'm not saying it's nasty. But if you watch my Longhorn video, my reaction when I bit that burger immediately, I'm specifically talking about the burger itself. Yesterday, I was like, oh, this is a good burger. This burger seems like a frozen patty to me, and it kind of shows. It's just like very uniform and very just like bland beef. Salt and pepper goes a long way on ground beef. But what makes up for it with this burger specifically is that Bloomin' onion. Gives you a little bit of crunch. And the Bloomin' sauce is exactly what you dip your Bloomin' onion in. Get that right away. For people who don't know, it's basically their Bloomin' seasoning with a mix of like a horseradish mayo. And I like that sauce, so it goes well in the burger. And when you get the pockets of that in there, it's okay. But Longhorns yesterday blew me away to the point that this is like, it pales in comparison. It just doesn't have that same really scratch-made vibe. I'm taking the cheese dip, steak dip, and I'm putting it on my burger, by the way. Narrative action. That's good. That reminds me of a better version of what Red Robin's Lava Burger tried to be. This is okay. Like, I would eat it, but there's way better stuff at Outback. I already ate one, but seasoned fries are always decent here. And since I have this damn cheese, the cheese is good, man. It works well on the burger, too. I wish they would have done something a little more with the burger itself, but this is a decent burger. They don't have the burger selection that Applebee's does, but I put this in that category with Applebee's, but I'm giving Applebee's the slight edge. Outback has this burger, and they have their regular, like, Outback burger, which is just a normal cheeseburger. And Applebee's has the quesadilla burger, which is better than this one. But as a regular burger, they're right on par. So slight edge goes to Applebee's. So we now have an update in our burger rankings. At number 1, we have Longhorn Steakhouse, which I still can't believe. At number 2, we have Chili's, which I can believe. At number 3, we have Buffalo Wild Wings, which I couldn't believe, but them burgers were good as hell. It's a tight race up at the top. Number 4, we have Applebee's. Number 5, we have Outback. And at number 6, still, someone's going to lose to them, but Red Robin is still sitting down at number 6. I know I like reading my comment section. I'm going to address this in a tongue-in-cheek, funny way. It wasn't offensive at all. Some of y'all think that I have a wife or a girlfriend that left her Coach bag in my car. And I plan to do an everyday carry video on my second channel. Again, link is in the description. That's the next video that I'm working on for that channel. But I'm going to show y'all this real quick, because some of y'all are just bad detectives. This is a backpack. It's a Coach backpack. Men's Coach is a thing, okay? I like their bags because they're not as expensive as the high end. Like, I have a Louis Vuitton bag, but it's a smaller one, and it's way too small to hold all the stuff that I now have to have in here because I'm moving from my studio to my car, etc. This bag has the same quality as my Louis bag. No, I'm not just making that up, but it's much cheaper. That's why I bought it. I also think the bag is very nice. I said I'm not going to get a Louis bag because those are like 4 bands. And I'm just like, that's crazy. But this bag I got from Coach Outlet, believe it or not. And it only cost me like, I'm saying only, it still was expensive, but it was around like $200. For a good quality bag that I'm going to have every single day, that's what I went with. So a lot of people have seen this bag kind of poking out because I have a hanger on the back of my chair, and some of y'all are like, oh, he has a woman's purse, or it's a girl left his bag. That's a backpack, bro. Y'all are bad detectives. But I wanted to address that. I really like that bag, by the way. But anyway, Outback, decent, but still of those steakhouse franchises, which we have our Texas Roadhouse, our Longhorn, and our Outback, they are sorely lacking. This is closer, in my opinion, to a damn Chili's than the other places. But I don't dislike it. It just, they don't hit on everything like they used to. 90s Outback, it's crazy, but not no more. But that's going to be the end of the video. As I've been saying for the last couple months, since the weather's nicer, you'll see a lot more car videos. And as the summer rolls around and the days are longer, we'll be able to get in the car and get out further out from the crib. So when I put out videos every day, it's tough for me to travel and do all that stuff because I still have to come home and edit all this stuff to have it out the next day. And I'm not going to do videos where I'm doing like 1 every 3 days. It's just not me. I like kind of just having this like a food blog where this is what I tried today, or this is what I ate today, or this is what I was in the mood for. That was the whole point of this channel, and that's what it's always going to be. But car videos do work better for some of this stuff. I'm sorry for yapping so much. Be back tomorrow. More content. Man, hand signs. They made it to YouTube.